For Idaho dairies, dropping demand and sinking prices leave many worried about paying the bills.
They're going to be faced with making difficult decisions on how to figure out how do you pay your workers, how do you pay your utilities, how do you pay for all these other things that the milk check just is not covering anymore.
In the dairy industry, milk is priced per 100 pounds or hundredweight. For the dairies to produce the milk, it costs about $16 a hundredweight, but the price it's being sold for is much less than that, at $10 a hundredweight.
And they just don't come close to covering the bills.
Direct payments from the USDA's Coronavirus Food Assistance Program are meant to help those struggling farmers stay in business. But according to a summary of the program released by the USDA, there's a limit of $125,000 per farmer and per dairy.
If your competitor is milking 80 cows and they get 125,000 and you're milking 800 cows and you get that same 125,000, it doesn't go near as far on the larger dairy operations as it does on a smaller dairy operation.
The Idaho Dairymen's Association says the average dairy farm here in Idaho has about 1,500 cows, but the average nationally is only about 250 cows.
For us in Idaho and other western states where our average herd size is larger, it's frustrating that our dairymen in the rural communities are being shortchanged by this program because they capped it and they're not making it equitable across all size dairies and all size farmers.
Idaho's entire agriculture industry has been hit hard by the coronavirus pandemic, to the point many have had to dump product, including thousands of gallons of milk and thousands of pounds of onions and potatoes.
The more you produce right now, the more you lose. Every farmer out there, whether we're farming potatoes or cows or vegetables, every acre you farm, every cow you milk, you're losing money on that animal or on that acre. And so the more you have, the more you're losing.
The Dairymen's Association says the impacts are statewide.
It's the rural communities that our economy is built on in Idaho. We produce food in Idaho. It impacts the entire state.
In response to the summary of the program released by the USDA, Idaho's delegation have written letters to the president urging him to eliminate those payment limits for specialty crops, livestock, and dairy producers. No word yet on when the final version of the program will be released. Natasha Williams, Idaho News 6.